adorable? And take a look at the adorable bear on his back, or is that in a... I know I ask for too much sometimes.
Let's see how kind production is willing to be to get this little bear just there chilling.
No, they're not having it. They're not having it.
They're like, nah. No. Production's also like, that's a garbage hero, man. I don't want to look at this.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to give me a hand there. All right. Instead, we'll see over at the runes. See the D ward here from Saumus. The gold ended up going the way of X Nova. They give half the XP, I believe, to the Storm Spirit. So an extra 25. That's not quite enough to get yourself level 2 before the first wave, though.
Unfortunately not. We do see a little bit of a tussle here. Felix.GD not in position to grab the bounty rune, so this actually is going to be a fairly decent start here for PSG.LGD. It looks like they're going to get themselves 3 bounty runes to start with. Losing the contest for RNG might hurt, but, you know, better than losing out on the first blood. And we are gone from those old days where it was a guarantee that getting all these runes won you the game. But speaking of the old days here, Neff, this is a blast from the past, my friend. Back, Storm Spirit versus Puck in the mid lane. This takes the years off. I feel like a young whippersnapper looking at this one right here.
Is this what it is for you? Because for me, it's the Puck Queen of Pain matchup. Is the El Clasico in my book. This one definitely Puck favored though.
Puck Pino Queen, that's like, that goes back to still Dota 1 days, man. That's old school. You might as well bring out SF in the mid lane, man.
Yeah, I remember like the old tester skill between 2 people having a disagreement. It was like the puck swap and then back the other way, and then if you win 2, you just like third the other player and they have to shut up.
Then if you go 1-1, you both play SF mirror match middle. And that's how you actually determine who's the better mid laner.
That one was popular as well. The old unvouched 1v1 with SF.
That was nice times. Well,
no, they weren't. Those times weren't that nice.
It was so nice, man. It was easier times. Let's just put it that way. Easier times in life. You know? Yeah.
Simpler times.
Speaking of easy, you know, this top lane, this feels very easy for Death Prophet. Like, is there any struggle you have as DP into Pugna Ursa?
I mean, some serious anti-synergy here. This guy even went another ward level 1, I think, to try and chip away at their mana, but Pugna's laning phase was nerfed ages ago, back when they decreased the cast range of Decrepify at the earlier levels. Now it scales upward. Before, it was like really good at denying the enemy CS, like either dropping Decrepify on them or the enemy creep whenever they tried to go in for a last hit, but it's a lot worse than it used to be. But the hero is so good at the moment that he scales pretty well post-laning phase.
Just so happens that the laning phase isn't where the power of the strength is. Ooh, Felix.GD try to dive. Mate, not going to end up happening. As we take a look towards bottom, Fishman, he is the carry right here for RNG. So got to play a much more farm-heavy carry in the form of the Medusa in the previous game. This time around, of course, he's picking up the Tiny. So far, the laning phase is already doing a lot better than it was in game number 1. I think it was at like, what, 4 CS at this point last time around. This time, looking quite solid. And generally speaking, just has a much better lane partner to keep him out of trouble if indeed LGD do dive him too hard.
Yeah, I'm not always going to keep him topped up. He's gone through a lot of his mana so far, though, spinning at the Hammer of Purity and whatnot on his lane opponents. Oh, Fishman, they end up catching him pretty far forward at the moment.
Fishman? Okay.
Yeah, and X Nova is super far away.
Fortunately for the side of RNG, they didn't know on the side of PSG.LGD that X Nova was this far away, so they thought he's probably right around the corner. No point getting a full chase going. Fishman will survive this. Does receive a little bit of regen to keep himself topped up, as at the same time whilst this was happening, LGD in the top lane found a lot of damage out onto Chalice, and indeed find the first blood as well. Running down Felix.GD, didn't have his roll back online again, and they just outskilled him here in the top lane. Neff Ame bringing himself into very good stead by getting the assist on that first blood. This lane becomes much more fun now for this little bear up top.
Yeah, if you start getting a little bit of level advantage, it becomes easy to run down the heroes. Death Prophet not that easy, given the fact that you have so much base movement speed, and actually end up getting boots pretty early instead of a second null talisman as well. So it's going to keep off this here. So that kill for the side of PSG.LGD makes things much easier for him though. Is he pushing back?
No. Looking like he wanted to put some pressure out onto Innocence there, but Chalice does get forced away. It's 2 points into the Fury Swipes. It's no joke, especially with the Orb of Corrosion as well. So realizes that he can't get closer toward this Pugna without risking his own life. That action will end there middle, but there in the top lane. I was going to turn our attention back here to this mid, where we were expecting this puck, of course, to have a very good time, but Storm Spirit currently winning out this lane matchup, and it might even get a little bit of assistance in the gold department if he can get this kill onto Shin-Q. Unfortunately, no level 6 on Storm, so he cannot zip forward, but this lane going much better for Somnus than I thought he was going to be able to make happen for himself.
He might have been able to get a kill off on a Monkey King there, but just before he gets the auto attack off and the slow with the overload, he turns around and throws the Boundless Strike, like mid-attack animation as well. But yeah, it's going pretty well for the Storm Spirit. I'm a little bit surprised they haven't warded up this camp here beside the Storm Spirit. I feel like that's common practice. Oh, he's going to steal a lot of these.
Oh, nice.
He's not
That's why they don't want it up,
either.
Neff. They're going to steal it, that's why. But now a fight's actually going to break out here.
He kicks on this.
A little bit of danger. Beautiful kick coming in from Felix Sharbar to allow him to avoid the illusory orb. And now suddenly it's going to be Shin-Q, who's in quite a bit of danger. The overload procs will be there to slow him down. One more right click is all they need. Can X-Nova catch up to him? No, he can't get there. They just got 6 on Somnus, but he has no mana to catch up. Very action-packed plays, very high skill plays, but ultimately nobody ends up dying on the other side.
Dude, I thought there was no way someone survives that one. That was such a quick and clutch move there. I feel like getting the kick off of the Storm Spirit right out of the illusion or just before it ends up connecting. Puck, of course, knows that he's not able to go for that one anymore, so he doesn't end up diving him. And then teleports mid, refills his bottle. Mid lane is saved thanks to Felix. You love to see that, man. Nice. Oh, that is clutch. I love me some Earth Spirit gameplay.
Doesn't come for free though, Neff, because look up into the top lane. Chalice unfortunately had to be left entirely alone without the Earth Spirit. And although, yeah, sure, it might be the case that Chalice can still do decently here, he's forced them to play a lot more conservatively, afraid to approach the lane into this Ursa. And that's had a significant impact into his net worth. We see it starting to plummet the more time goes on here. Nice. And he's very far behind the pace of especially the other core heroes in the game, but in particular this Doom. Of course, Doom does get the bonus gold, but the way it's looking right now, PSG.LGD still getting what they want out of this early game, even if their early aggression isn't working out perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like how well things are going for them right now. The Ursa probably shouldn't have been this well off inside the lane. Like, you're expecting not to give up a kill at the very beginning, you're expecting to zone him a little bit more. If he's the top of the network, he's going to be able to snowball out of control. You need to be able to shut this guy's lane down. Bottom lane, Somnus with the Hastener going on Faith Beyond.
Not yours.
We'll be able to find him here. The question is, do they have the necessary damage? Nothing to say. Also rotating in. They actually find the Doom out onto the Storm Spirit. There's nothing to say. Gets 3 heroes caught in the Dream Coil. Unfortunately, there's no silence on the Omnikight, so there is too much sustain coming in from X-Nova. Will they find this deny? They do not. X-Nova! X-Nova! No! No! How? Oh my god, what a huge mistake to end up making here in this bottom lane.
Radiant's middle tower
Wait, did
is
he?
under attack.
No, that was just a misplay. I was like, the tiny probably could have gotten the deny off that one there. It's a little bit difficult because Storm Spirit has so much armor, but that was pretty unfortunate. I think that's at the end.
Creep might have, yeah, some creeps
range creep attacks.
Yeah.
Range creep attacks are 7 physical damage. Thank you, Dota Plus. It is worth the money, everybody. Death Summary is a wonderful tool.
Don't believe Neff's propaganda, yo. As we see in the top lane, Monkey King, and they end up outplaying Felix Sharbar yet again in the top lane. They bring him down. We thought we were going to lose the Monkey King, but Shin-Q still alive. This is Shin-Q, such a frustrating player to play into, especially when he's on these more elusive heroes like the Monkey King, even able to move around with Mischief. But now middle, we see Innocence might not have the same luck as Felix Sharbar has had. Will he die here? Nice Dream Coil coming out. Innocence still alive. There's nothing to say. In between 2 heroes, trying to wait it out so that he has his spells back online. He gets them up, he gets the kill. Somnus unable to leave the Dream Coil. And unfortunately for him, because they're also playing right underneath the Nether Ward, it becomes difficult to justify zipping away either. Just in case you die anyway. Innocent still alive. Felix Sharbar trying to catch him, but Felix Sharbar was just a bait here, Neff. They take the bait on RNG, get eaten alive because of it. It's 2 kills for X-Nova. Make that a 3rd one. Being set up all because they decided, hey, X-Nova's like, hey guys, let's go, let's try and get this kill. It turns out you actually can't get it, and everybody dies.
It'll be a lot of fun. I promise everybody's not just going to die and have a miserable time.
You were saying he saved middle, right? After that, yep, middle not going so well anymore.
No, he suicided the tower on purpose on Pugna.
No, I don't mean the Pugna. I mean
oh, okay, sorry.
the Omni. Yeah, because he was supposed to have Earth Spirit save middle with that rotation, but now middle is a rough place to be. Somnus is indeed going to be going the quad nulls into the first item. It looks like that first item setup is going to be the Orchid. They smoked up middle because they need to come help Fishman in the bottom lane, who's just caught the Doom from Faith Beyond. Will he end up dying here? Chalice coming into the fray with the Spirit Siphon. Ghost going out. Will they be able to get a kill? Felix Shaba, nice deny. This time Fishman will not give away any gold here. Chalice able to run down Faith Beyond, and in the meantime, Shinkyu caught and trapped here behind the trees. And gonna be giving Chalice a double kill as he throws in the Crypt Swarm. Alright, this is exactly what we want for them for RNG. They get 2 kills, they deny Tiny, so they give nothing over in the opposite direction. And crucially, nowhere else on the map are they really struggling at the behest of this decision. So things looking decent, even if it does cost them a full free lane for Omni in the top side of the map.
I think Omni has become the it's not a problem if there's no solution to it. It's just something that we have to deal with. Unfortunate.
So is nuclear war now, or nuclear winter. Like,
yeah, we kind of have to just leave that Ursa up there by itself. There's no solution for that anymore. He's just gonna be. I mean, they ended up getting 850 XP and gold for that play down there in the bottom lane. It was nice for the side of RNG, but still up 3k net with the side of PSG.LGD. Thankfully, PSG don't have amazing ways at taking buildings, so as long as they continue to react to these things, they can continue to hold map control. But dude, this mid tower has not taken a single hit despite the fact that you have a death prophet on your team. It is at max HP still.
There's not even a tree and protector to help you out in that regard. It's just them playing well enough middle that they have literally no concern and no worries. We see Innocent. Okay, you know this life lane from Pugna? At the very least, they need to remove the mana pop-up, man. HP, fine, whatever. But the mana restoration is so silly, in my opinion. Makes no sense to me.
Dire's top tower is
I don't know. I think it's a cool thing that it does that. There's got to be a way to like change this around so it's not just amazing support ability. They've lost Omni Knight.
Omni's fine, and he's fine dying because he just tanked the smoke gang coming in from 2 heroes. Fishman almost followed him into it. Fishman, relax her. It's okay. It's just one stack. It's just one stack. It's fine. Let it go.
That's his triangle though. That's his zone. He doesn't want the enemies invading this one.
They are bringing in help from the bottom lane here, Neff. The Chalice and Felix Shaba have smoked up, making their foray into the side of the map. Somnus, can he catch out onto Nothing to Say? No, the roll won't connect. It doesn't come in at the exact same time as the Electric Vortex does. Nothing to Say will be allowed to escape. Wanting it is comrades here to try and defend this tier 1 tower as well. They've glyphed it. Exorcism Ghosts are committed. They know they can fight this. Remember Blink Dagger just yet from Doom, but they do have Ame showing up to the fight, and he's going to be able to catch out Felix Shaba. There's no Earth Spirit anymore. 5v4. Do they still want to try and participate in this engagement? It doesn't seem like it. RNG start to disperse on the map, but this is becoming really problematic, right? You commit these ultimates, you show up en masse, you get nothing on the map, and you're just like, well, all we can really do is just go back to farming. But like you say, if it's just a farm race at present, then it's Ame who's going to be winning this one out. And Ame, speaking of, he's trying to run down Fishman here. Don't think they'll be able to connect onto this. Doesn't have a basher or any kind of slow after the Earth Shock, so they do just instead let him go. But still, he's still just farming on the map very, very highly and is in the pole position of net worth on the map right now on this Ursa.
Yeah, and he should need to be once he's got the Battle Fury. He wasted a little bit of time roaching over to the mid lane, thinking that he could, potentially get that tower, then move into the Roche pit. And it would be amazing to do that because, you've got maxed out Overpowered, you've got maxed out Fury Swipes, and you've got Possessed Mask and Morbid Mask. But if you give that up to the enemies, you kind of throw away the lead that you built up until now. Having an early Roche stolen from you when you're sitting at like pretty low HP on Ursa feels absolutely awful. So he set up to have like a play made for him, and it didn't end up working out. So he wasted a little bit of time, but still at the top. The later this goes, the better off RNG are up until like the super late game, in which case it swings back the way of PSG.LGD's favor, just due to the Hawk level 25. I was talking about that one earlier. Because the interaction between him and Storm. Speaking of the Storm Spirit, he still just got 4 nulls and the Orchid queued up. He's not going to go for the BKB. I'm not crazy about that on Somnus. I think he's going to get punished for this.
I feel like they've already been punished for this.
He's already punished.
Trying to find a lot of kills, and the punishment comes immediately. Thank you, Neff. Ame though might be punished on the other side of things as well. Was forced to trigger out the Enrage to try and get away from this fight. Magnetize has been committed by Felix Shaba. Just rolling away, trying to dissuade PSG.LGD from chasing further here. This is very problematic. Losing Somnus here, it's one thing to just lose him if he's like building BKB, already has power treads, but that's nothing that's happening at the present. And Shinkyu, he found vision of X-Nova. This Monkey King, man, that's what we're talking about. He gives you this vision. Might be a discount hobby, but he's still good enough. Allows them to bring down Omnikight and potentially claim the tier 1 tower in the mid lane as well. Despite not having the easiest time pushing, Innocence will of course help out a little bit with his crew, but eventually they will be able to get the tower unless they want to deny it on the side of RNG because it is within that range right now.
I mean, they don't even need to take this tower. They just need to force RNG back into this tier 1 towers while they're doing this. Ursa, he's over in the road from the observers highlighting just a moment ago. And they're going to top up his HP just in case the enemy's trying to come over here.
They were coming, they smoked, but it's too late. The Rosh is gone. Can't really participate in being able to get any counter kills even. They might get lucky if they started to move in the direction where Ame is right now. His allies aren't nearby. Actually might die here, Nef. They jump him. Ursa were committed as well. Where are the TPs from LGD? They're moving in towards the tier 1 tower. Have they even been able to take the first line? Felix Shaba a bit too late with the roll as they jump in now with the Doombringer. Get the Doom out onto the Storm Spirit. They take the first line from the Ursa, but Storm has to run. Fishman getting involved as well. Ghost also flying from Chalice, getting healed up by X-Nova. Shinkyu does die thanks to the damage of X-Nova and Fishman, but nothing to say. Find 3 heroes in the Dream Coil, able to eliminate one. X-Nova falls next, and Fishman, this is the carry of the team. He's also right before the claws of this Ursa, and he will make them bleed all stony as they get 4 kills in the top lane. They take away the Aegis to be sure, but hashtag not worth in the grand scheme of things. Another 10k gold lead in favor of PSG.LGD.
I mean, they got so caught up in trying to chase them outside the road pit, making a play happen afterwards. But all these towers stuff, it's so easy for PSG.LGD to respond to these kind of dives. You end up chasing them way too far forward. And it's kind of what happened last game when you saw PSG.LGD close out the game. Yes, you got in a approach, you denied the Aegis from the enemy team, but you allowed PSG.LGD to get a massive advantage on the map. So they got more than they wanted out of that Aegis.
Much more than they want out of that Aegis. A full team fight victory. You still defend your tower's top. Somnus still nowhere close to actually having a full item for himself, going for that early Orchid. Another thing I just noticed, speaking of itemization, you know, Somnus is one thing if he doesn't have the BKB or anything like that. It's quite another if we're 17 minutes into the game and all Fishman has in his inventory is this hand of Midas here. Finally got the Aghanim shot, thank goodness, but Midas, is greed really the route to go in a game like this where you know LGD is going to be fighting you as often as humanly possible?
Every Chinese Tiny has been doing this. It is absolutely insane. Everything we see in DPC, Tiny game we see. Tiny just ends up going for a Midas and farming up. I mean, it gives you attack speed and skills, but 160 gold honestly is not that much.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Given that it only gives you 40 attack speed, the cost of this item. But I don't know, man. I don't understand this one. I'm not going to try to pretend to understand this one.
You say it with confidence. Say it with your chest, Nip.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. This is ownage. Please build this in your games.
I mean, real play, y'all might not know, but double Midas is where it's at. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. I think the play here is just taking it as slow as possible. I think you're going to go into the ultra late game, get these heroes, but PSG.LGD, they play fast. Maybe you just want extra levels so you hit 18 quicker. That's got to be the reasoning behind it.
I'll take that. Well, one of the easier ways to get level 18 here, Neff, is by killing heroes. And PSG.LGD are on another mission to do so. They come across the X-Nova Omnikight. Definitely happy to just give up his life. The question is, you know, we've seen more than once in this series, unfortunately, that even though X-Nova might die first, his team doesn't retreat in time. So hopefully they all get out to safety. It does seem that that's going to be the case. Chalice looks like he wants to put a little bit of pressure on the top tower before he goes. And his positioning is a dangerous one because Faith Beyond closing in, looking for the Doom, will be able to find it. And as we were just saying, RNG have this really bad habit of not retreating in time. To make matters worse, Felix Shaba jumped into the fight. They're going to be able to drain away Chalice. He burns to the Doom. Felix Shaba, can he get out at least? Looks like the rolling boulder. Oh, nice. Okay, outplays them a little bit.
Bottom lane, Tiny. This man who walks right.
Tiny walks into 2 heroes, but he's got backup. He's got allies here. This might have been a trap that they've just set. X-Nova right next to him, already committing the Guardian Angel and some additional heals, but they just don't have the damage, Nev. Like, they literally did 0 damage to Ame. He just kills X-Nova, but Fishman not a threat at all on the map right now at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he thinks he's safe. He's like fighting here by himself. He gets a Shadow Blade just recently completed, but he ended up walking right into a sentry that they placed at a D-ward location as he's trying to sneak up on the heroes. And so again, Omnikight forced to give up his life to try and save that Tiny. He's extended too far forward. And it looked like a great opportunity. You see 3 heroes up in the top lane, and you think, okay, this is our chance to finally outnumber the enemy. Maybe we can get a kill on one of their most farmed heroes, but absolutely not.
Nope. And it looked like it wasn't even close, right? Like, you were very far away from being able to get that kill. But I think this is just the nature of the game right now, when you're not just behind with so much gold, but it's one thing when you become behind at like 30 minutes into the game. At least you have an item or two to still participate meaningfully with. At this point, they literally have nothing on RNG. The Orchid is only now arriving for Somnus. They do have the Shadow Blade picked up by Fishman, but still not necessarily in a killing position. We'll see if they do decide to try and smoke and make something happen with this Orchid. The worst thing in the world, Neff, when you buy Orchid, but you still spend the next 2-3 minutes farming anyway, you're like, what the hell was I doing buying this item, man?
I was crazy. Do something like this. They're smoking up. They want to get a kill. Nothing to say. He's got a Yule Scepter completed, though. Like, even if they get on top of him with his Orchid, he's going to Yule himself and then phase shift. Getting his kill. They find
the Pugna.
Yeah.
Very easy to get that one and get a quick D-ward in the process as well. So not the best reveal for Somnus, but you know, this game has not been the best overall. So you'll take what you can get, and it's a little bit more time to allow you to farm back up. You know full well PSG.LGD will not look for any big fight, but as I say that, they found Fishman by the secret shop. Fishman all alone, all by his lonesome. X-Nova TP'd in, but why weren't you there already, X-Nova? Oh no, more miscommunication is happening in game 2, Nev. And that miscommunication might be game losing. Not having Fishman available, Felix did end up rolling forward pretty far. Stormsword comes in, they got the jump and the catch out to Pop. They finally managed to bring down Nothing to Say. Chalice walking into the fight with these ghosts being active. Felix Shabao rolling away from the Ursa. They just want to kite the bear. Chalice trying to chase down Shin-Q and Fabian. Shin-Q will be the first to fall. Chalice, having these ghosts online, does receive the Heavenly Grace. They now turn back onto Innocence. The ward is going to be a bit of a problem, but they still have more than enough damage to take the Pugna out with. And very similar to what we saw in game 1, where very often LGD end up losing fights where they're the ones trying to stack up aggressively. But this time it all starts with losing Nothing to Say. Then the 2 supports fall quickly afterwards. Even Faith Beyond almost died there. The big thing though is that this is a massive sign of life for the side of RNG.
Yeah, thankfully enough burst damage of Magical to be able to get off his puck. He wasn't able to get off his S-string. He wasn't able to get off his Yule Scepter. The rolling boulder chained into him perfectly at the time that electric vortex ended. So he ended up getting brought down for that reason, not because of the Orchid.
Although they probably wish that they could have made a play like that happen without having to sacrifice Fishman's life. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, but you definitely take that. I mean, it's one of your paths back in this game. And again, the later this goes, the better off you are until, again, the ultra late game. This also gives Somnus closer to his BKB. He did end up going for the full nulls into the Orchid. I'm surprised he didn't go straight BKB after that, but he got it queued up next. Sees puck, but again, he was...
But here comes Felix Schauber! Oh!
So that one actually works kind of interesting. The roll into a target that's Yuled. Earth Spirit, he used to be able to kick somebody as they come down from a Yule Scepter. Like it'll connect them the moment they land on the ground. But the way that it works is you roll through somebody, it like counts it as an invulnerable target and it'll go over them. So you can't really connect with someone as they come down. Or to connect with them is like as they're coming down, if that makes sense. It's
it's one of those weird interactions.
Yeah.
Like, you know that's the best part about these kind of interactions, Neff. You know, it means that pucks get to stay alive more often, man, and be even more elusive. We love it.
I hate heroes that have this many escape abilities. The fact that every one of his abilities can be used defensively is very annoying.
Remember there was a point like a few months ago where there was like a puck every game?
Yeah.
I actually spent 2 weeks not playing Dota. I was like, I can't do it.
I'm done. At the very least, he doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter. He has to wait till level 25 before he has the BKB piercing disable, which, you know, makes the Storm Spirit matchup into him not impossible.
Unfortunately, because he's 2 levels up on the Storm Spirit, he's going to get there far sooner than what Somnus will. But now, though, they have managed to reclaim the north of 10k gold lead that they had established a few minutes back. Went a bit soft after losing that team fight in the dire jungle, but I'm gonna smoke up to try and reclaim their position in the game. They are who's left out? They're only leaving Faith Beyond out of this, but he's right ahead of them, so he can still lead the charge. Any viable targets nearby? Fishman is top, but looks like the warning and the clarion call has come out. Everyone is saying retreat, run, wherever you are, just fall back. If they do so, this will be quite good. Buying ever more time. Storm Spirit is just solo farming in the Radiant jungle right now. BKB is not that far away. It's quite decent, provided that they don't get caught by the smoke. Well, except X-Nova. We know what he has to do. He knows what he has to do. Come on, bro. Do it. Do it. Do the right thing. Put your life on the line, buddy. And he has done it. There we go. X-Nova's dead. Death Prophet. Did they try to get this kill? They moved the DP up into the air. Fishman, oh no, got caught by the Boundless Strike before the Avalanche came out. Oh no. That was not supposed to happen. Chalice does end up surviving, but getting trumped down by the Spade. Gonna chase him into the base. No stuns because there's a BKB being active. Although this rollback, suddenly Ursa might have found that he himself overextended a bit too far. Those two will come out. There's a ton of damage. They bring down Felix Schauber. However, with the mobile fountain, once the BKB expires, they still have a way to keep this Ursa in a very healthy fashion. So they kill Earth Spirit, kill Omnikight. That's expected, that's okay. But what cannot happen, Neff, yet again, Fishman in the worst position possible. Caught out and killed. Wanting LGD, not just a team fight win, but now the second road round of the game as well.
I take that fight by the pit. That is very easy. I mean, best position possible inside of PSG.LGD. So yeah, too far forward. It was... I mean, the reason why I did that, he walked in, threw the Death Prophet out, tried to get the save off in the world, but then of course the Boundless Strike ends up coming at like the exact same time for the Avalanche connecting with that Monkey King. It was an attempt at a clutch play to save the DP, but you end up paying so much more for it when you lose your position 1, try to save your 3.
Dealing with yet another Aegis given away.
Radiant's middle tower
Ursa,
is under attack.
Aegis, BKB, Link Dagger, Battle Fury, building into Satanic now. Life is good to be this pair, or to just be anybody on the side of PSG.LGD, honestly. Yeah. And they just feel like they're just gonna cruise at this point. I mean, even Faith Beyond, how you know it's been an easy Doom game? I don't remember the last time they needed the Doom to win a fight. Casting Doom on Storm Spirit again, that's nice, but have we needed Faith Beyond? Nah, not really. He's just been doing his own thing. We'll see if they can involve him now.
He's got BKB.
Oh no, they got to Storm Spirit, but he just got BKB. What a time to be alive. Without that BKB, he's 100% dead right now. But because he has it and he just received it, he does manage to survive. And while this is all happening, Fishman and Felix, they came across Shin Q. However, Felix definitely going to pay for this one with his life. Fishman, no. Fishman, get out. Get out. 6 seconds until he can TP Neff. Oh no, they might find him and kill him. Will they be able to track him down? Nothing to say. Looking for him in the trees. X-Nova already killed. But once again, X-Nova has committed his life for the sake of Fishman, and Fishman will get out this time around.
Now they know everything is gone, they clear out the creep wave, they just TP Alpha on the map. They immediately respond to the mid being shoved in, the top being shoved in, because they don't want to give RNG the opportunity to shove their towers in response to these heroes going down. So can't even find any farm with the space of them losing their 4 and their 5. Strong Spirits found, his BKB's on cooldown as well.
Silence, killed. Okay. Yep. X-Nova. Oh, did he just? Okay. Cool. Yeah, these things happen. X-Nova was just sort of respawning. You know, he just died. Storm Spirit too far out. It happens.
Yeah, it didn't have the. Wait, was Omnikight close enough there? I don't think he was.
He just respawned like. He just respawned like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. Oh no.
Again,
Dream Coil up in 3 seconds.
Down. Coil is practically at the radio right now.
BKB
by Shinkyu as well. They get all up inside the command ring. However, Fishman trying to turn the damage out onto the Monkey King, but will be able to bring him down. Pugna draining away the Omnikight. They are able to get that kill. Fishman, now that his BKB has elapsed, has been forced to run away. That was the 9-second charge. Certainly well used in that instance to allow him to escape the fight. So support for support traded in this particular situation. Nobody else from RNG dies, but unfortunately there's nothing else going for them. The lanes are shoving in against them. A lot of pressure coming in. The triangle is being occupied by Faith Beyond, so Fishman can't even go farm there. And Ame is feeling so strong that he can just post up in front of the tower, kill it, and he's maybe like 30 seconds to a minute away from being able to get this bad boy down. Unless RNG really want to hard commit for the defense, and indeed that's what they want to do now. They jump in, but Fishman's not strong enough. He activates the BKB, but he can't fight into Ame just yet. Faith Beyond and Ame's BKBs are stronger than the opposite direction. Felix Shaba rolling away through the triangle. Faith Beyond is chasing him. Will he be able to catch him? Not just yet. So he'll be allowed to live. Felix does get out. But still, Fishman hit again. They committed Ghost again. Why did they make that jump, Nif?
They don't want to give up more of their map right now. I think they're afraid of just being boxed in their base, but they're fighting into an 80. If they get this Ursa, it doesn't go great for them. BKB on rebound with Stormfear. They know this.
They know this, and indeed he jumped in. He gets caught by this Doombringer who comes in. They enable the kill to happen, and that's going to be Solomon's down for the count. Chalice, his ghosts are gone, so he's relying on the Spirit Siphon for HP, but it's certainly not going to be enough. 3 heroes gone, make that 4 as X-Nova get taken down. 5th is going to be the Felix Shaba Earth Spirit, and that's everybody. It's a full team wipe. It's a game 2 victory as RNG throw in the towel. GG is called. PSG.LGD will